Yeah, staunch Cowie Striders lady that, Avril Bielefeld. She's been a member of that club for many a year. Jeanette just finished. Just got a glimpse there of Renee Hawkridge. Recently set an EP record for 70 plus. Seems everything in the eyes, huh? It keeps coming on and off. Huh?
All the girls, under 14, under 15, under 16, and under 17. Make your way to the start. All the girls, under 14, under 15, under 16, and under 17. Those are the age groups that will run now the 4-kilometer race. Those are girls born in 2007, 2006, 2005, 2004. So if you're in that category, make sure that you make your way towards the starting line. They're going to start their race in a couple of minutes from now. All the girls ages between under 14 and the 17. Finishing the race now, Benedette Rook. 4 kilometers in the back. Yeah, it is a fantastic race. Well done.
This is giving us a hard time.
So you reckon it's just too many stations that are causing it?
Things happening in the Pittsburgh or
Yeah, okay.
the sun is going out. They say they just see the logo.
Is it now? Only now? What? It's on there. And even on my Facebook, I just checked now. I keep checking things.
Is it?
Yeah. I'll check
Just
now.
go on, because I think this link is messing some people around.
Yeah. I'll show you now. Yeah,
Yeah.
audio was fine. I was also just trying to see if we're going through.
Okay.
Oh, it's taking too long. Come on.
See, it's a problem. People don't connect in it, or
Yeah,
and they
just
looking at stuff.
and they complain. Why is it doing this now?
Well, the ladies, the young girls, start their race in a couple of seconds from now. Good luck, girls.
Right, we got girls under 16, 17, 15, 14 that are taking part in this event. See where will this take us, but under 14s and 15s mainly. We saw some of the girls under 16 taking part in the senior women's which was just completed. Plenty of just looking at the colors of frame speed and picture. A sprinkle of some of the temporary runners here and there too. So, yeah. And quite a few of those Kawi striders. There's Brandwag. Just looking at the vests, some of those young runners. The break, of course, is always will try to separate those competitors. As a distance goes. So Alec is back.
Alec is back. So we got the girls' races now. Under 17, 16, 15, 14. I know there's a couple of decent Pearson girls in here, so it'll be interesting to see how they do. Anke Serfontein, one of those strong Pearson girls. And talking about Anke Serfontein, I think this is her coming into picture from Pearson. I mean, wow, look at this for a runner. Pearson, a strong tradition of middle distance and cross country running. Remember, Dani Milan was very involved there before becoming director of sport at the university and then director of sport Joburg. I was actually in Cape Town last week for the launch of his book. And some very good athletes. Beverly Milan, 3 times winner of the Two Oceans. Sonia Laxton, all ex-Pearson pupils. Wendy Rousseau. So good tradition of runners from Pearson High School. And some of those in the bunch. A couple of Framesby girls there. Dispatch. Brandwag. Good schools turnout here. Right, so Anke Serfontein it is. Fantastic track runner as well.
I think we were together the other day. At the
Yeah, we were there.
Chili's, yeah,
We were there.
Where she obliterated the field.
Looks like Robin Howe from Pearson, maybe the girl in second. There's Robin Howe. Also got Sister Megan in the background as well, so 2 Pearson sisters. Chiara Domingo.
Not yet.
And El Strauss from Framesby. Lanka van Jaarsveld, Framesby. Inka Conradi, Framesby. Four, 5, 3, 5. Chiara Domingo. And I think Russell.
Oh yeah. I think he's got boys, doesn't he?
I'm not sure.
In grey high.
Fantastic job he did. Another Framesby girl there, Ilka Volmerans.
There's Tanya Bosworth from Framesby.
Also saw Cecilia Jafta. Anke Serfontein. A lonely run for her today. But that's the way she likes it. Take it out hard. Make them suffer. If they want to run with me, they're going to have to run really hard.
Yeah, I think she completely left the field. There's Domingo,
Yeah.
the Pearson girl.
Domingo and Robin.
Yep.
How?
Sane Dupree.
Big turnout here from Framesby and Pearson today. Could be an inter-schools. I'll have to send you for a few laps. Anke Serfontein. Probably looks like she's running at about 3:40, 3:45 per kilometre. We'll have an idea when she comes around for the finish of this 4 kilometres. What is 3:45? About 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So let's see how close she gets to 15. Bear in mind the first lap is generally a little bit faster than the second lap.
15 or just slightly outside, maybe 16.
I don't think it'll be as much as 16.
No.
Yeah, I think she should get 15 something. Hopefully low 15. Nice shot from the drone. See also these 90 well, not quite 90 degrees, but almost 90-degree turns sap energy. You know,
Yeah, because it takes a lot of effort. You almost like you
slow
stop
down.
and you slow down a bit.
have to
Works on you,
accelerate.
doesn't it? Yeah. And then you still need to accelerate as well to try and get some ground and back to probably the the same pace that you started towards you slowing down. So it takes some doing. I agree with you.
So interesting, choice of venue this, but let's just touch on that. First of all, nice enclosed area, so you can control it from a COVID point of view. There is a gate that's keeping all parents, so supporters not allowed to attend, but obviously parents got to drop their kids off. They're on the outside of these fences at the main gate. Only athletes competing and officials are allowed in. You have to have be sanitized, temperature taken, and so forth. As soon as you finish, you're escorted out of the gate and told to go home now, like a naughty school pupil. And all in the interest of trying to ensure that we can keep the sport going. And this all taking place here in Overbarkens, Port Elizabeth. Looks like got an injured runner down on the ground. And must compliment Eastern Province Athletic. If you're just walking around, you don't feel the heat. But of course, as you run, the body heats up. You start getting a little bit overheated, especially when it is warm conditions outside. And so forth. Tanya Boshoff, Frensby.
The bell has sounded too for some of those athletes at the front.
Talishka van der Kolf. Brandwach. Looks like she's just started. So fresh.
You spoke about the facility here. I think it's fantastic, and it suits the kind of conditions and environment that we are in these times as well.
Chanel van der Westhuizen certainly does, allows things to happen a bit easier. Kushla Jafta coming up on the Brandwach goal. A lot of these girls enjoying the water. There's our starter. I saw him just now. I told him you mentioned he's in his early 80s. Says he wants to have a word with you.
I'm out of here as soon as we're done.
Alwyn Leo, also known as Alex. The two Alexes he calls me when he sees me. You can see this being a very spectator-friendly course in future years when spectators are allowed. You'll be able to see them 3 or 4 times per lap as they meander around all the sports fields here.
Yeah, I do have a picture of them. They'll probably in certain corners they're encouraging the runners, and in this case, of course, these young girls.
Back to our leader, Anke Serfontein. And she's well known as top runner there in Pearson. Kiara Herman is part of our triathlon training group. She often mentions the powerhouse, the fitness of Anke Serfontein. I think they do a couple of their runs together. And Domingo moving through the field quite nicely into second place, followed by Robin Howe. Also Pearson. And another Frensby girl, Zanri Black. Ilanka van Jaarsveld. So as we mentioned, a nice turnout here from Pearson, but particularly from Frensby. Wow, they've got a really big turnout. There's some good happening over there. I know that Leonardo de Villiers does a lot of coaching of juniors in the province, and sometimes uses the Frensby track, so I'm sure that he has maybe some input there as well. Leonardo de Villiers, of course, a fantastic miler, 1500 meter runner, 800 meter runner from those Noah's Ark days in the 80s.
Back again.
Yeah, I think he ran a sub 4 minute mile, if I'm not mistaken, Leonardo de Villiers. Still hold it against him. I saw him just now. Told him I must never forget the day you stole my gold medal on the finish line. Was just about to raise my hands, and suddenly this youngster flashed past and took the title. And then we suddenly realized, because I think I was already 21, 22, and the 16-year-old just flashed up. Suddenly realized, wow, there's a raw talent here in the Eastern Province. And he went on to achieve some amazing things, doing a great job of coaching now.
Of course, when you see Anke Serfontein, shows the face around the corner. I call on you to
So,
The
we
last-
should expect
Yep.
Anke Serfontein, and wonder if she's going to get that 15 or 16 minuter.
Domingo is in charge of the second position.
Looks like it's going to be just outside 16. Lou, you were quite correct there.
No rocket science, of course, are probably just,
Well done, Anke.
Good guess.
yeah, it was a guess, but she's done
The gold medal for
yeah,
the
She's
fantastic
done
race
well,
in
just,
the end.
just
Yeah.
outside 16. Well, I think there's two reasons. One, we know the first lap's always faster than the second. She's tired. She's worked hard.
Hoërskool uit
But also, when you're out there on your own,
Piet van Beersel.
very often what happens, you take the foot off the
Because
gas
no
a
one's
little
pushing
bit.
you.
Yeah.
Daarmee draai
Nice shot from the drone. These wonderful facilities here at Overbarkens. And we'll
Still
be
with
looking
those
for
pictures.
Domingo coming up for, is it second place?
ondersteun deur op
Ja.
die Alipad van Potchefstroom.
Kiara
Well done, look at this
from
stride.
Heat Athletics Club.
Fantastic, Kiara.
Well done to her.
And look at this, Pearson's fighting for the third position. Who's it going to be?
Big dice on for third.
My goodness.
Here they come, the two
Well
Pearson
done,
sisters.
Pearson, yet again.
Looks like the elder one wasn't going to let the younger one purr.
Look at there's some serious action for Frainsby. And is it
Francie girls should be
St. Albans?
next
Yes.
in picture.
Wow.
Here we go.
Well done, ladies. These are the potential great names coming through the ranks in the age groups. In the near future, we will see them participate in quality athletes as they are.
So Avril Bielefeld collecting her medal. Renee Hawkridge now about to get hers, 70 plus. As I mentioned, broken Eastern Province record the other day. Fantastic runners we've got in the 70
Yeah.
plus here in the Eastern Cape. Well done.
Still going strong. Alec is in it. It's just
All
once you
right.
win, it's almost like a.
If you
this
are
thing
a
is
boy and a
addictive.
man that
You can't
wants
get
to
out.
run
Even
the
if
4
you
kilometer
tried
race,
running away
listen
from it,
carefully.
and they
All
pulled
the
you back
boys
in.
Under 14.
Yeah, I still do the odd little run
7.
myself. Not
Boys under
not that
15,
fast.
born
I can keep up with my
2007.
wife Michelle.
Make sure that
So
you
keep
make your
her
way
company
to the
on some of the
starting
runs, so
block
that's
as
pretty
well
good.
as the Your race will start in the next couple of minutes. 5 to 11.
And that's a finish. You can
Yet
tell
again, just
girls
another call
bit
for all
spent
the boys under 14,
after that four
boys
kilometer.
under 15, young men under 21.
No, it doesn't matter if you're winning,
as
coming
well as
10th
the 75
or 25th. Generally what happens is you give it your all,
considering to run
everything
4
you got,
kilometers in that
and you're
age
working
group,
as hard as a winner.
make your
So
way
you're just as
towards
fatigued.
the
The winner,
starting
sometimes the fatigue is masked by the adrenaline, the euphoria of the victory. And usually it's the girls down the field that feel the pain a little bit more. But well done to them all on coming out here, participating, competing, representing your school with pride. Very well done.
And we're going to take a bit of a break. Don't go away.
The next one about to start. Who's number 4, 6 out of 4 kilometers for the young men and more senior men. From which school? All right, Mike Mbogani, you can hear me.
Right, and waiting for the start of the penultimate event of the day, 4 kilometers, mainly for boys under 14s and under 15s. I think the under 21s are in this as well.
One of your athletes.
Damien Smith there from Heat.
Come and have a look.
Of course, Heat is the academy or club run by Jessie Khan. Her maiden name was Heatley, that's where the Heat comes from. And of course, she's done a fantastic job nurturing and coaching young talent, particularly sprinters and hurdlers, but she covers the whole spectrum. And Jessie has done a wonderful job. Always important to have those mentors, nurturers.
Especially those who have gone that route as well, that knows how to deal with situations like this. They tend to develop much better athletes. And here we go.
Right, so nice strong field here. Let's keep an eye on them. Right, a cross section of clubs and schools here. We've even got Janssenville High School, Westring, Motherwell, Atlantic Aces, Brandbach, Frainsby, Grey, Handhaaf. And I'll leave you to pronounce this one.
Tenubuzo.
Well done. Full marks.
I'm only here for that.
Mlu, for your personality, my friend.
No jokes, man.
Right, take a little bit of time to sort out. We've got a lead pack so far of 7. See 2 little youngsters trying to keep pace. I love it when these little boys come out to play. For them it is play. Cross country reminds me of fartlek,
Yes, please.
which is a Swedish word for play with speed. It's a type of training that we have our distance runners do, so play with speed. It's supposed to become a little bit more formalized or regimented these days where you set the targets, but before these days of GPS and heart rate monitors and things, how we used to train was with a stopwatch that didn't tell you a distance or anything. And you would run to that tree or to that street sign or to that turnoff. And so it was more playing with speed, whereas, as I mentioned, now it's a little bit more regulated and formulated.
Shot put.
Some of the big boys up at the start, the top 3.
Yeah, starting to break away now.
And Tawanda Chikoti among those.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
So now Porti. He was the guy who's challenged Jilingisa before, but decided to go for the 4K today. So nice to see him doing well. Quara there in second and Damien in third.
At 3. Yo, 2 camera 1.
So clearly we know what's going on here, Alec. Is you're going to get all of those under those 23-year-olds, 21,
And of course it has an impact on these younger kids, 14s and 15s, because they want to go with them. They get stretched a little bit too far, they hit that invisible wall.
and that's why
get
you
knocked
saw
back.
that picture of
There's 2 youngsters. Yeah. And you wonder, are they going to get punished for being brave? And I still remember my first ever cross country. I think I finished 107th. And I thought,
were you
never-
dejected? Yeah.
I thought never running again. And the coach came up to me and said, I want to have a word with you. And I thought, I'm in trouble again. And he said to me, listen, what I saw today was fantastic. I said, what do you mean? I had the worst run ever. He said, no, I was new at the school. He said, the guy you ran with for the first kilometre will win SA Juniors this year. You had the courage to go with him. Nobody else has the courage to go with him. I can teach fitness, I can't teach courage. And I decided this is the coach I want. So I stuck around.
We are still under
From
the
it-
lockdown regulations.
From there, the rest is history, as they say.
Well, no, the rest is history. But I mean,
These are there to
it's important that somebody can reach out to somebody who
We chose
is
to have a
utterly
fantastic
useless as I
morning
was
here.
that day.
and so far so good.
So yeah.
Keep
So
it
now
moving. Stay healthy.
So now we'll Porty having a good run up here. Sebastian Makwara, looks like
We
the
don't
two
want
of
to
them
go yet.
are going to be
One more
fighting
race
out this
after
one.
Looking at this race at the moment, it seems like there's some
Both
fireworks.
going for the under 21
First
title.
and second position, but they still got one more lap to go.
Got it easy. Only have to do 4Ks. I was
Yeah.
running EP under 21, we had to do 10.
Now, of course, it's not easy because you also got to pace your race and organize it to how you want it, and it's also tough. There's intensity. I mean, the bloke behind him is not far off.
You hit the nail on the head because, whether it's a 4 or a 10K, they're both hard, and sometimes 4K is even harder because of that intensity. So what we're seeing now is Sebastian. He's just trying to stay with Sinawo.
The combination,
Almost joined, I call it by the imaginary piece of
you
cotton.
have to make sure that you are
And if you can zone into that piece of cotton, you can take your mind off the pain, the pace, the breathing, etc. And if that piece of cotton stays close, because he's slack, as soon as that gap starts to widen, the cotton sort of frays and then snaps. And you're gone. And that's what Sebastian is trying to do, maybe not in his own mind, a piece of cotton. He's got another methodology. But his goal is to stay with Sinawo Porty for as long as he can. And if he can get within sight of the finish, he might start to believe that he can go past and take him on.
Yeah, but you can tell that Makwacha is trying to keep with the pace, the rhythm Porty has found, and he's probably just about to get to where he wants in terms of trying to fill this course and get on with the pace that he wants. But Makwacha is trying to get there to be in sync with him. Can be a problem sometimes.
The first lap, 6:10, that's 3:05 per kilometre. That's the pace Malakai France was running
Yeah.
earlier today. So these guys are really running well. And they're not in picture at the moment. Those are the three further back. But there's our leaders, the two we're talking about. I just, on a side view from the drone, saw them go through the start-finish line. And as I mentioned, 6:10 they were. And you can see now Sebastian is... The gap is ever so stretching. It's almost like you can feel the cotton stretching. You see one or two strands starting to fray. Can he try and get it closer? And it looks like those strands are now fraying even more. And I'm afraid that this piece of cotton is going to
Bit of
snap
wind can just snap it.
any minute now, and there it's gone. I think the cotton's gone, the fight is gone. I hope I'm proven wrong. Hopefully Sebastian can come back, but Sinawo Porty is putting the hammer down. And even though you're in front, you don't need to look back. You sense you've got an extra meter, an extra 2, and you put the hammer down even more because he's suffering, he's on the verge of cracking. Can you push even harder? And I think this is exactly what Porty is doing now. From Ikamva, well trained, he trains with
Once
Malakai
again,
France. He's got the coach, Michael Mbabani, and there he goes.
Yeah, we spoke about him too with Mike Babani, and how he now sort of got to the upper level in terms of the age group. Ran toe-to-toe with Jilingis in previous races, and now sort of finding himself running seniors and then running to his age group, which is today with the 21s. And of course, they're trying to achieve something.
Yeah, well, provincial champion is nice to have on your CV. It's also good for your self-confidence. And he would have probably been a little bit worried about Sebastian the first lap. He was sticking to him like super glue. But not even super glue can help that piece of cotton because it has frayed and it has snapped. And Porty is running away from Sebastian unless anything untoward happens. I think that Porty has got this one. Still a great race by Sebastian, and having the courage to go with the form man and to see if you can take him on is all important. The two of them streaks ahead of the rest of the field.
Yeah, I think he told himself, Makwacha, that he was going to give it a go. If you can't, why are you there?
Yeah.
You know, that will also give him courage to see that I can go toe-to-toe with this man. I can do this. I'm running my own race, yes, but I'm keeping up with the competition. And will make him notice too, is Porty.
That's so important. That's why Porty is actually doing well. You know, if I think back to my days at university, I was training with a whole bunch of stars, Mike Bosch, John De Silva, Colin Lindeque, etc. And you would come back from a training session, you would write in your training diary and say, managed to stay with the guys for the full session today. Looking forward to the next race to see how far I can go with them. And slowly you build up that confidence. Imagine you don't train with those guys and they beat you first time out. Then you always think they're better than you. But in training you can get closer and closer. And I think Porty will be learning a great deal from the training he's doing with the likes of Malakaya France and all the other, Lutandu and the other Ikamva guys. In fact, talking about Lutandu, it was his birthday earlier this week.
Changana, yes.
Yeah.
It's just, if I'm not mistaken, I stand to be corrected, I think he's the longest serving member there in Ikamva.
That's very possible.
Yeah.
I remember him way back when he got big TV time at the Ironman corporate relay running in the colours of Continental.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
With the Rasta hairstyle.
In fact, you could easily spot him from the group at the time.
Absolutely.
Tall, lean.
I think Coach Mbabani has told him, listen, if you get rid of some of that hair, you can run a bit faster. Yeah, people don't realize that, you know. Every kilogram costs you about 3 seconds per kilometer. So for an elite athlete, if you're carrying 1 kilogram of strands of hair, that's 30 seconds over 10 Ks. That takes you from medal to 10th.
So you got to think about those things. It's a game of margins, isn't it? And fractions.
Yep. Well, we just spoke about the US Olympic trials, 10,000 meters. 1.28 was it?
How's
seconds
that?
between
That
top
the
three?
guy that comes third doesn't qualify for
No,
the
the
Olympic.
third, the fourth one
The
did.
fourth guy,
Ben
wasn't
Drew.
it? Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He still ran 27.55, which would be the fastest time in South Africa this year, and he's not going to the Olympics.
Sit down. If it was possible at the end of that, I said, "Oh, I'm heading down to South Africa. Thank you, US."
Or go to Bahrain or one
Yeah.
of these places,
Yeah.
you know, and get the sheiks to pay you. Was it one of those swimmers, our great swimmers of yesteryear, Roland Skuman or Ryk Nedling? I think one of them was offered something like 15 million to go
Yeah,
and swim
that's
for
it.
them. And there comes Sinawa Porty.
It's a bit of grimace. I'm not too sure whether it's just how.
I think he's worked
Yeah.
hard. I think he had to work hard to get rid of Sebashli. And Sanawo is doing very nicely indeed. We'll soon get an idea of the slowdown factor on the second lap, and there will be some because we are seeing this more and more. The gap is ever widening. We're seeing it more and more that very few people, other than the likes of Malakaya France, who's an exceptionally well-trained individual, very few are sustaining the pace that they start out at.
It takes a skill, isn't it? And also a bit of hard work to be able to achieve that. Because these things are, as I said, it's just the little margins that
here he
separate
comes.
you. He's gone. Yes.
12 minutes, 30 odd seconds, so not too much of a slowdown factor. And you know, something I just want to mention here, as he wins the title and Sebashli is going to come in for second, is the importance of events like this, the importance of the legacy project, of the backing of the Nelson Mandela Bay municipality. When you have a person like Malakaya France, there's Sebashli in second place, well done, time of just under 13. The importance of using and having an athlete like Malakaya France, keeping him in the province. So, yeah, is that they're a mentor, they're a role model for the other guys. You know, they can inspire the next generation. We think of the late Michael Scout. He was like the solo African on the roads here, and then suddenly he started achieving at SAs, winning international marathons, and behind him came a juggernaut, George and Shalisa, Desmond Zebi and Tantiso brothers, Billy Daisel, a whole host of superstars that came through trying to aspire to what Michael Scouts had achieved.
All inspired by him. What? 1991?
1991, yeah. 1992, he won the big marathon in Japan. He ran a 2:10 marathon in 1991. That's probably where you remember him from. 62-minute half marathon. He was on a par with the likes of Koliliawa, David Sebi, Zedelili Senkwe, William Matolo. He could mix it with those guys. He had no fear. Right, just going for a break. We'll be back in a short while.
Dennis, Julian.
These athletes pushing each other to finish their race. Nice to see. Really nice to see.
Dennis, Julian.
Well done. Look at that. Don't stop, don't
Chris,
stop.
come in, Julian. Chris, Julian. Dennis, Julian. Dennis.
Julian?
This grey battery is now flat and all the other batteries are not charged.
They're all charged.
Well, they say zero minutes. Maybe it's the card. It's the card. Is there a second card in here?
Well, that is the call for the open category and the last race of the morning for all the men and women in the open category.
Dennis, please.
Last race of the morning, last race of the Eastern Province Athletics Cross Country Championship. League number 5.
Dennis, Julian.
We want to thank the Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality, the Eastern Province Athletics, the Cross Country Commission, the officials, the ambulance, the security, and everyone who made this event possible. We want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Live streaming, you guys were excellent this afternoon. Thank you so much for your participation and hard work. And the commentators on live streaming did an excellent job. The results, man, there's so many people that worked hard this morning to make this event a success.
Dennis, how do I engage the second card?
Williams and his committee to make this available for us and plan this. Thank you so much. Ati and his team, or some of his teammates, will also run now in the open category, finishing the season on a high note. So thank you so much for everyone that made this a fantastic morning possible. Thank you,
No, the batteries
your
are fine.
Heavenly
It's the
Father,
card
for
that's
this
full.
fantastic day. Thank you that you kept us healthy,
Rasa, how do I engage
able
the
to
second
do
card?
this morning. We really appreciate you as our Lord and Savior. And ladies and gentlemen, as I said, this is the last race of this morning. There's some big names coming through. Look at that sprint. There's some big names in this morning. Some of these athletes already did 10 kilometers early this morning. Now they're doing another 4 kilometers. So we're going to keep our eye on you. Thank you for all the athletes that participated this morning. Obviously, without you, this won't be possible, making this a glamorous event. So thank you very much.
They're awful.
We're going to give over to the starter. He's going to call on these guys in the next couple of seconds.
There's one more race, huh? What is it? It's the girls' race or something, isn't it?
Alright, just the last call for all the open category for the men and women doing the last race of this event. If you're not in the starting block yet, you're going to have a problem. There's still a few athletes on the track. It's finishing their race as well.
Hey Dennis, I thought these cards recorded like 4 hours a card. No, wait. What did they record? You shot. About 3 hours.
Right, we are back live for the final event of the day, and this will be the men's 4 kilometers, senior men, and also the senior women's 4 kilometers. And we're going to see some big names in here. A couple of the people who ran earlier will be here. Looks like Kelly van Vliet there on the right hand side.
Yeah, she's back on.
Yeah, I think Andeli Matwana might be there as well.
I was wondering where you disappeared to.
Kolili Komomo on the right hand side. Kolisa, you can check that hair anyway.
You can't miss it.
Hey? X Factor.
Are we off?
Away in racing we go.
Yeah. Quite a.
Some serious contenders in this group.
And going off at a pace here.
There's some visitors from out of town. Mariano Domingo. Mariano
Nedbank
Ieso
very dominant.
that came in third position in the 10 kilometers this morning. Andile Motwana.
Yeah, that's quite a
in
huge
second in the 10
representative of
kilometers this
Nedbank
morning.
there.
We've got some serious
Four of them in the
contenders
top
there with
5.
Konashane from Active
5 in the
Athletics
top
Club
6, and then
as
we
well.
got the X Factor,
Mariano
Kolisa.
Yeso, Andile is still in the mix. And
So
then we're not
Kandili
even
is,
talking about the girls yet. They
He's eager
seems
for
like
another
the
one.
ladies are technical. They're looking, see where the strengths
I
are.
wonder if that is
There's a few contenders
Sipukazi,
there from Run for Christ there at the back. Come on, boys.
Joker. Because both he and Chumarui from ECT in the race.
Chris, I just want to make sure you're recording this live stream. Thank you. And it's also recorded on YouTube.
Giandre Dieling from Nedbank, right in the mix of things, as well as Makanda, Matwana. If you hear the heavy breathing in the background, it's one of our tech guys. He's been sprinting across the field. Won't mention your name on TV. Makanda, Mzolisi. He's giving it a good go, yeah.
Yeah, Motswana
That's
is up
Andili.
there as well, yeah. Just giving it a good go.
Yo, that'd be nice to go home if you can get a silver and a gold.
Good mix. Not bad at all. Good day at the office.
Yeah, and Dili Matwana, you know, the thing is, you know, people might think, oh, he ran the 10K at 8 o'clock this morning. Well, we are 3 hours later and he's running a 4K. What's very important for people to realize is that athletes train to recover. They do a lot of intervals, they rest, they go again, they rest, they go again. So an athlete recovers quite quickly. And a guy like Andeli Matwana, of course, I mean, he's run ultra marathons and so forth. So he's got so much endurance and so much strength endurance as well. So I do expect him to put up a really good showing in this provincial championship, the EP4K, brought to you by Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality and Eastern Province Athletics.
I see Mariano Iso as well taking part in this 4K.
Okay.
So some of the boys that we saw earlier on taking part in the 10K. But Mzolisi Makanda there with Motswana, not letting him go.
Yeah, we spoke about the cotton earlier. Cotton is back in play. Let's watch this piece of cotton. A little bit of a grimace there.
You've got to be careful to not be dragged by someone who's comfortable.
Yeah, and then you caught by the vultures behind, who are looking for and they're coming up quickly. And that looked like Mariano Iso in the yellow. Is that him?
It is him.
Young man, Mariano Domingo in the mix. Mariano Yeso is there.
Motswana is just slightly looking behind over his shoulder. Sometimes
Yeah, the cotton has shredded a little bit. There's two more pretenders who are coming up now to challenge Motuana. And as you mentioned, Mzalisi Makanda must be careful of stretching himself too far, and he might have just done that. He's suddenly out of the medals if they'd stopped the race right now. And what's going to be interesting is to see what their time is like compared to Porty. Remember, we had Porty, it's around about 6:10 through the halfway mark. And these guys are going to be pretty close to that.
Start the second and final lap of the day.
And then we've got Keanu Domingo.
Andile Motuana, Mariano
That was the sister earlier.
These three athletes
He's from Northwest University.
And Mariano Iso. Now remember that this is a very experienced athlete, Mariano Iso. He's been to World University Championships, he's represented the province. These are three great athletes running. We've got probably our most exciting race of the day coming up. Keanu Domingo right in the thick of things with Mariano Iso, Keanu Domingo, Andile and Motuana. And now we'll bring the cotton into play. There's two strands.
Yeah. Domingo looks to be taking him on now. Or maybe it might be Motuana is just sitting slightly for a little bit.
What we must remember is we haven't seen Domingo earlier, so he's got the fresher of the legs. The other two both ran the 10K. They got the silver and the bronze earlier. One of them wants to go and get the gold today, but so does Domingo. So this is going to be a very exciting race, and within about 5 minutes we should see the finish. Forgot to take a lap time there, but I would think that they were through faster than Porty. They certainly seem to be putting the hammer down here, all three of them. And what a great race in store to finish off what is going to be a fantastic provincial cross-country championships in the midst of a COVID pandemic. Remember, spectators not allowed in the fenced-off area. They're all outside the fences if they are here. Only athletes allowed
Here
in.
comes the first
Strict
ladies.
COVID protocols, and Eastern Province Athletics and Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality done a great job. These three guys. Right, the cotton is attached to. Andile Motuana is back. One has got the left-hand piece, the other's got the right. Who's going to hold on? Trying to keep it slack as we see Kelly van Vliet. Is that Ntombisonto Mpunzi? Just gone out of picture. I think it was her.
followed by Kelly van Vliet.
Well, she's become a good author. Have you read a
She
book?
has, yes. But I was there just before the runified 50 kilometers record barrier.
Fantastic book, I must say. Right, and we're back to our three leaders. No quarter asked, no given. And what a race in store here for the three medals in the final race of the day. Motuana, Domingo from Northwest University. And then Best Med Madibas. 3 clubs, 3 athletes, 3 goals.
And 3 positions, of course.
And 2 pieces of cotton.
And then another representative.
Right in their visions, of course, they'll be thinking, I want gold, I want gold.
Running here,
Some great pictures here from the drone,
another,
keeping us in touch with what's going on at the front of the field.
if I'm not mistaken.
Must say these other two are being very wily, letting Motuana do all the work. You just have the sense of feeling that somebody is going to change gears, put their foot down, just like Verstappen does in the Grand Prix versus Lewis Hamilton, or vice versa. Lewis Hamilton does to Verstappen.
Well, until Lewis takes a wrong turn, then it becomes a bit of a problem.
Yeah.
And
It's actually
Verstappen,
interesting to see that he's actually, for the first season in many a while, got some competition.
yeah, I also think it's bringing it closer, and there's a lot of interest, of course.
And also, when you've got more competition, you tend to make more mistakes.
Pressure.
So very interesting indeed. Well, we are 9.5 minutes through. We got less than a kilometer to go. And these 3 athletes are really doing well. Motuana in front there, Domingo, Iso. Who's your pick?
Alec, I'm no ex-athlete, but I've seen many meetings and marathons. If it's under a kilometer right now, I think the intent should have been just about now. Surely, someone must break away.
I've seen a lot of Iso, I've seen a lot of Motuana over the years. I haven't seen this Domingo character, but man, he looks good.
Start breaking away.
You see, he's got his mask on his elbow there. He's ready to go up onto the podium.
To take his gold.
Well, he wants the gold. are the other two going to let him get it? But he's looking good. He's now taking a little bit of the lead, but he's not in a rush yet.
They are Keanu Domingo, all the way from Potchefstroom.
Might leave it a little bit too late, maybe.
I don't know, I sense this Domingo might just have something in store there. He looks as if he's quite content running on the shoulder here.
Yeah, the
I
boy
could
from
be wrong.
Potchefstroom.
Well, it was Jerry Matsao from Potchefstroom who set the SA 3,000 meter record this week overseas, 740. Training partner Luan Minnick had a good 1,500 meters. And you can assume that this guy might train with them. And if he does, he will have got a lot of confidence from that. And if he does train with them, he'll have a lot of speed. Because they do speed work under Jean Verster, that I can tell you.
Under 14 for the medals.
I don't know.
Simakele.
If I,
There we
if I had to
go.
put a few pennies down, I think I'm going Domingo. I don't even know him.
Have you seen that little argy-bargy on the 10?
Yeah, there was a little
Yeah.
bit. Yeah. Here we go, some more.
The announcer just behind me will be the medal
Yeah, cross
presentation.
country. They say it's a non-contact sport, but there's obviously a shoulder here and there. A bit less than in the water polo pool, but still.
The first three winners, gold, silver and bronze.
Makanda is trying to salvage something here.
Finish. Ladies and gentlemen,
Right, and we're back with our leaders from the drone. But we got a frozen shot there. And are we going to miss? We're hoping we're going to get this finish. Where's the cameraman when we need him?
will it be Andile? Will it be Mariana? Who's the
Oh,
There
my
we
word.
go.
in the last 200?
Who wants it?
Right,
It looks
Domingo.
like it's Domingo.
Oh, Iso coming back. It is going to be a furious sprint.
This is a tight finish.
Look
Who's
at
going to
this.
finish? There we go. Mutwana looks like he's just pipped it towards the finish with Domingo second and Iso third. It looks like we're commentating on sprint here. Wow.
Whoa, and there's Georgian Shaliza and Kodisa, but back to that finish. I've got gooseflesh, man.
Ooh.
Jeez, that was exciting.
This is high quality.
Thankfully, we got the finishing pictures for you. What a sprint finish that was. Just shows you cross country can be exciting. And well done to Andile Mutwana, marathon runner. Comes to win the provincial 4 kilometer
Alec.
title.
Why any of them didn't just break away from there? Just try and take away a bit of strength from that. Look at that finish. It could have been anyone's.
It could have been. It could have been.
Had we had someone just starting to break away earlier, then that would have tested the others.
Well, I think Andile was doing that. He didn't obviously back his sprint, but gee, he suddenly found out he's got one.
Still finishing the
He's
race.
probably never been involved
No.
in a sprint finish like
I
this.
promise you, I don't think so. I don't think you.
And we've got to say thanks to Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality because there's prize money here. And that is why, I mean, they're racing for a decent dinner or two.
Yeah.
And it determines whether you have steak or boerewors roll.
Right. All right, I'm
Well,
just
it's
gonna
steak
call
there
the
for
names
sure
out
for
the
Botswana.
boys under 14.
Oh, geez, and he got silver earlier. He's got double prize money. I think he's going for the T-bone.
Kushlem K. Reese Freedom. The three boys under 14.
Yo, that was a fantastic race. Now we're going to look out for the women and the age groupers like George and Shaliza.
The boys under 15. Joshua Napoleon. Oyena.
To apologize that we were very focused on the men's race because we knew
Make your way
there could have
to
been
the
a break at any
presentation.
time, and there was no break at all.
Under
In
21.
fact, there was nothing to choose. That could have been the 10,000 meters of the US Olympic trials.
Absolutely. Oh,
1.2
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah.
There was probably no more than 1.2 between those three.
Selo Mashaba.
And that was to go to the Olympics.
Save the best for last year. Yeah.
And poor old Ben True finished fourth in the sprint, and he didn't quite go.
Chris, I'll pick up the lead lady, the first
don't think he had some slip, had he? Just trying to replay that race in his head.
Make your way to the finishing line
Time
for
and
the
time
medal
again.
presentation. And then the 75 plus. Herman Dekker, make your way to collect your medal as well.
Right, we're still waiting for our leading ladies. There's still here comes Ntombisonto Mfunzi. There she comes. Good time. Still not quite 15 minutes on the clock, so she's running very well. And what a stalwart she's been for the
She
province
is.
over the years.
Quite an inspiration as well. You spoke about her book, and yeah, she's got this.
Very good time for Ntombisonto. 15 minutes and 15 seconds unofficial. I think she's got 3 golds in the Two Oceans Marathon. A really top-class performer, and of course she's had lots of health issues, injury issues. Kelly van Vliet coming towards the finish line, but Ntombi Suntu, I mean, she is a fighter. She perseveres. She's overcome. Her book Yisa means overcome, and certainly she's overcome it all. And Kelly van Vliet gets her 2nd silver of the day, matching pair. Well done.
Not bad at all.
I'm still stunned at how Motswana got past Domingo in that finish.
Yeah.
That is
Still
quite
the race to
amazing.
talk
Ingeborg
about.
Lowe, also from Northwest University.
Should be earning 3rd place. So Aleki had to rush to towards the podium and have an interview or two. Certainly what a fantastic morning that we've heard, and surely with that finish there's something to talk about for quite some time. Just what competitive sport brings to the party. Sipoka Zinojoko.
Being a coach now for the younger generation, but still a quality athlete. And there comes the 3rd lady.
And Angelo not far off from finish as well. From Northwest to earn a 3rd place or 3rd position.
Northwest
Women.
University.
Certainly job well done, of course, Domingo. Rushing to congratulate her. There's no Joko.
Matombi, if you can hear me, Matombi and Fundi, please make your way
To also finish her in a rather
for the
decent
medal
position.
presentation, my dear.
Tumfusi in the 1st place, and Van Vliet 2nd,
Ethan Ghost.
and 3rd it looks like it will be low. Has been low in fact, and Njoko coming 4th.
Mike, just call Mike, please. Can you call Mike?
All right, Michael.
You see her here?
So all done and dusted, that 4-kilometer race.
I think we have to do that interview
Andile
over.
Mutua, lovely to see.
Such a pity
Domingo
because
and
the
Isu
morning was so
finishing
good.
1, 2, 3 respectively. Men's race.
Here comes Ati Williams finishing his 4-kilometer race barefoot as well.
Just keep your mask on.
Well done.
That one went out, but let's just do a wrap. But you can't cut me out and it's gone. This is just do a wrap on the whole day and the standard.
So we've heard quite a very exciting morning here in Gqeberha, in Fairview, for this Nelson Mandela Bay municipality and APA, of course, in
Can I just get Ntombi
bringing
Suntu
us
as well?
this cross-country series.
Matombi.
And don't bring this.
Moving now to the road for the
Andile
next
is quite
event.
close as well.
Bring back.
All right, certainly it's been exciting, and thanks for watching. But
I'm
we
going to call you in a moment.
go down now to Alec Riddle, is with Mike Mbambani.
Come join. Do you have a mask?
Just stand by, they're putting on. I'll tell you when I'm ready. Okay. When he comes, we can join him. Just
Okay.
come a bit closer, dear. There we are. Stand by. Tell me when you're ready. Chris, tell me when you're ready. I'm ready. Take it, Alex.
Right, folks, we're here at the finish line, and I'm going to be having a chat to Michael and Mbambani. But before I do, somebody who probably wants to go and rest a little bit after quite an exertion. That was quite a fantastic 4-kilometer title you just won.
Yes, Alec, I'm so happy because, almost I bailed out on the 50 kilometer at 34 kilometer due to an injury. So sometime, I think a week, Friday, that last week, I just decided to go in for a run, and then all of a sudden there was nothing. So today I decided, let me just come for the cross country and test it. Oh, wow. And the courses, it was wonderful. So for me, I'm always running like a tough courses. So for me, it was just a walk in the park. I really enjoyed it.
That's fantastic. Now, Ntombisonto Mfunzi has won, is it 3 gold medals at the Two Oceans or 4?
2012, 2014, 2017, 2018, yeah.
So we've got 4 gold medals at the Two Oceans. You're a fantastic role model to many here in the province. You've shown great resilience, perseverance. You've written a book. Tell us, how's the book going?
Oh, Alec, I don't know how to put it in words, but the book is really doing wonderful. And I'm happy that it's actually serving the purpose, because the feedback that I'm receiving from the readers is so amazing. It's actually serving the purpose. And I'm in the process of registering my foundation as well to help the survivors.
And that book is Yoyisa, means overcome. Ntombisonto has overcome so much in her life, and we thank you for your presence here today and the inspiration you give to so many of the youngsters.
Yes, Alec, I'm happy because I always preach that whatever, like if you have that dream, don't give up, and don't ever let anyone stand in your way. You must fight until you achieve your dream, Yeah, every one of us has a purpose in life. It's all up to you to find it. We all come to this earth with our hands like they were folded right in there. That was your purpose. It's just up to you to find it and use it.
Well, we are so proud of you. We marvel at you. You go and rest now. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Well done, Don. Before she leaves, Alec, there's a Colonel Howland that is going on retirement. He's the chairperson of the EPC. A fanatic, road runner, in the city. The old man is going on retirement with one book, Yoyisa, which has signatures of comrades winners. No one's got that. And the only book that has that history is Yoyisa, and we've managed to do it successfully with Nick and the president of KwaZulu-Natal Athletics. One copy will be kept in the EPA archives. One copy will be given on retirement for Colonel Howling. And those 2 books are the only books that you can find in South Africa with the signatures of former comrades winners. Well done, Dombi. Keep fighting. There's a lot of support around you. And we know the horror, we know the story, and we don't want the story to repeat. So if people read the book, it might assist on them not getting into that story.
Well, I've been reading the book, and I tell you what, it's very, very inspiring. You get a tear in your eye at times. A fantastic book, and I think that you and Mr. Mamabolo have done a good job.
Yes, I was just lucky to have him by my side because, I was just writing. I started writing from day one after the incident, but I didn't know how to go about, publishing the book. So he was there for me to be my co-author. So here we are. Yoyisa is our first baby.
Well, fantastic. Well done. You go and enjoy basking in the glory of another Eastern Province title. Well done. So, Mike, we saw Ntombi have a nice solo win there, but did you see the finish of that men's 4K?
Yes. Keanu, a very good 1,500-meter runner. He's now most in Potch, Jean Fester athlete training with Elroy and the group. We met him in Durban, and a week ago he ran a 3:46 on the 1,500 in Cape Town. He's a PE boy at the University of Northwest. He's doing very well. And also, the battle amongst the 3, we saw that there is future and there's potential in EP. Botswana is 23 years old and Keanu is 19. We saw Snawo Poti winning under 21, he's 19. So there's future. And also unearthing it through the process of having a cross country than having them on the road.
I said to Umluna when we were doing the TV commentary, I wonder if Andile Motwana had any idea that he has a hidden sprint, because, he took down one of South Africa's finest track athletes today. He's already run a 10K. He's got marathons in his legs. But this boy has obviously got a lot of pace.
He's got a lot of potential. I hope one day he can find a coach if he doesn't have one, or the coach that he has can actually sit down now and look into the future. Because remember, the form, you find it in a 2-liter, as per your analogy. You find it in a 2-liter. If you drink it in cups, it's going to finish quickly. But if you drink it in teaspoons, it might last very long. And also remembering the shape of a sponge, that also emanates from you. If you use it often, it loses shape. But if you use it certain times, planning, it stays in the good shape and it absorbs a lot of water.
Yeah, you've learned a lot of lessons along the way, and you're applying them very well. I saw that you had 3 provincial winners today, not only the men's senior 10K, male and female, but you also had Porty winning the under 21 title. He ran very well too.
Ikamva is around. Ikamva Athletics, it's existing. It's not a big club. We're following on the footsteps of your previous runner, Norman Dlomo, where he ran and retired with Lekoa. You don't have to be on those big teams. You can do it small and you can still be where you want to be. The future is on their hands. We've got plans for them. We are supporting them in whichever ways. They all gone to the training camp, and tomorrow it's a long run, back to normality.
Starts again tomorrow, the grind. But anyway, Mike, let's just throw a quick wrap up. Your impressions of the day as a whole.
To the team, you and Mlu, the team with Dennis, the EPA TOC, the EPA LOC, track and field, the medics, the athletes, everyone who made this race possible through the Nelson Mandela Bay Municipality sponsorship. Thank you, everyone. It went off very well. We got a lot of cooperation from the runners because we did not want to exceed the number. And we stayed below that number, and for the entirety of this cross country. The event and the weather, beautiful. I mean, good times for the guys. And we can see they're all highly motivated, ready to get on the teams, on the announcement of the team on Wednesday.
Excellent. That's a wrap here from Over Barkens and the Provincial Cross Country Championships. Those are the words from Michael and Babani. We thank you very much. Thanks to Dennis and his team for bringing the broadcast to all of the viewers. Thanks very much.